welcome to this week's episode of Mobile with the Guru. This is your host, Ricky Guru, and today I'm inside of Nokia, Dallas, and I've gotten a chance to play with the newly announced E75. This is the new E series. It's got a regular numeric keypad, and then it also slides up to show you a full QWERTY keyboard. And I've been playing with it for the past hour or so, and it's actually really cool. So we're going to have tons of more coverage of that on Tubemogul later on this week, probably next week. But definitely a very cool phone. As you know, it has a 3.2 megapixel camera, tri-band 3Gs. There are going to be two versions, but both of them will work for the most part in the US market. And it has a standard 3.5 millimeter jack, which is awesome. So definitely want to stay tuned, and thanks a lot for watching. So that was a sneak peek at the Nokia E75, which is due to be out in March. And from what I've heard, the North American version should be a pretty close to simultaneous release, which is awesome. Do that more, Nokia. The rest of the show, I want to spend a little bit of time with the Nokia 5800 XpressMusic. This smartphone is the first touchscreen S60 from Nokia, and it has a built-in accelerometer, which lets you switch the display automatically. And basically, the Euro version was released several months ago, and the NAM version just went on sale yesterday, which is pretty cool. That will give you US 3G on AT&T's network. But I've been forcing myself, I'm not typically a touchscreen guy, so I've been forcing myself to use this phone for the last few days, and there's a few things that I really think need to be addressed before this can really be a truly mass market phone, but I think that it really can be. The very first thing is that currently in the QWERTY keyboard, which has a full on-screen QWERTY keyboard, there's no predictive text, which means you're just typing, and it doesn't automatically fix anything for you to make things simpler or anything like that, which is very frustrating, especially given that the Nokia E71 does have that predictive text, which definitely helps you type things faster. So you've got the full keyboard here. It's very nice. I do have a little bit of an issue typing the wrong button, but overall I'm pretty quick at it, which kind of surprised me even. But like I said, it doesn't help guess what you're typing, which when you're inputting any kind of text into a smaller device, you really need some assistance, and it makes things way better. So hopefully Nokia will implement that. I mean, that's as easy as a firmware update. There's nothing, hardware related about that. So hopefully we can see that very soon. The other thing is, I've already told you that, to me, Handy Shell is definitely a must-have on the 5800. As you can see, my active standby screen is full of great glanceable information. I can glance at it, I can see the weather, I can see what time it is, I can see if I have any new email messages or text messages. I've also got 5 application shortcuts, whereas the default only gives me 4. So I've got plenty of information on this huge screen. I mean, it's huge compared to other S60 phones. What's really cool about Handy Shell, though, is that because you're using a third-party program for your main active standby, that lets you choose whatever you want for the regular default active standby. So for me, I've got it set to the contacts bar, which is actually a really cool implementation that lets you see any kind of communication that you've had with these contacts. You can pick 4 currently, but the 5630 XpressMusic, which was announced just the week before Mobile World Congress, has the opportunity for you to add 20 contacts, and you just scroll side to side. Again, super easy for Nokia to add to the 5800, and I really hope that they do, because 4 is just incredibly limited. So basically, for each contact, you can see any incoming text messages or calls that you've had from them or outgoing. You can also add their web feeds, and we showed you earlier this week how to add Facebook status or Twitter updates to this contacts bar, and that really adds a lot of value to it and makes it something that's very useful. So I've been using it a lot lately, and I really like the ability to have the contacts bar and a more normal active standby. And that's something that I really hope Nokia considers. Personally, I think they should give every 5800 owner a Handy Shell license. I think it should just come standard with the phone. However, it would be also just as cool if they would make it so that the regular active standby and this contacts bar could be switched just as easily as I'm doing now. Just one button press so that I can easily switch between one view and the other. I don't want to have to dig through menus to do it because this makes it easy. The other thing that I really have a problem with is that you can do pretty much everything you need to on this phone except open the menu without touching a hardware button. Sure, you have the in and send keys, but you also get those on screen. And yeah, the volume, that's kind of cheating. But you can't open the menu. So a lot of my friends don't know that this white button, there's no label on it. It's just a little white light, opens the menu. So it'd be really cool to have a home screen menu button, which you can add in Handy Shell. But it's still not quite the perfect solution, specifically if you're on the context bar. There's plenty of room right here for a third menu button that should definitely be added. So other than that, the only thing we really need is Nokia messaging. The default email client here is just plain pathetic and should not be on any phone, period. It's almost as sad as Pocket Internet Explorer on Windows Mobile. That's how bad it is. However, against my better thoughts, I've been using Profemail, which is a Lonely Cat Games software title, on the 5800. And if you need email, it does it really, really well. It supports IMAP accounts, which is very cool. And the coolest thing about it, though, is when you get a new message, it pops up a little notification here in the top right corner of your screen, no matter what you're doing on the phone. Now, on regular S63rd edition phones, that notification is pretty useless. You can't click on it or anything. However, on the 5800, because it's got a full touch screen, you can simply touch that notification, and it takes you straight to your inbox. Very nicely done. And so definitely Profemail is, if you're using the 5800, the way to go. So that's really all the thoughts that I had on the 5800. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.